He's a vicious predator. He's off the streets, and hopefully he'll be in jail for the rest of his life.
Police Chief Charles Ramsey talking about this man seen in this disturbing surveillance video, an abduction right before our eyes. He's now behind bars. Investigators say it was tips and a GPS device on a car that led them to Delvin Barnes. Amazingly, the victim, Carlisha Freeland Gaither, was found alive in Maryland just 3 days after she was kidnapped in Philadelphia. HLN legal analyst and criminal defense attorney Joey Jackson is here. Joey, good morning to you.
Good morning, Lynn.
You know, talk about a bizarre case. He's also suspected of abducting and sexually assaulting a 16-year-old girl in Virginia last month. And we also learned from investigators he actually showed the victims photos of other girls he's done this to, admitting he did abduct the woman in Philadelphia. So where do they go from here to find out how many other victims there might be?
Sure, Lynn. Well, first of all, what a pleasant surprise ending to this, right? Where, you know, we talk about so many other cases. It doesn't end like this. So kudos to law enforcement, the community for coming together and for finding her alive and safe and for finding him and bringing him to justice. So with regard to Virginia, he'll be brought back there, extradited to Virginia. He's there now, and he will, of course, face the criminal justice system. Now, make sure that we all understand that he's facing attempted capital murder charges there, in addition to abduction, in addition to, doing something with malicious intent. And so what they'll do, Lynn, in addition to prosecuting him there, where he faces life in prison, they'll look for anything else that he potentially has done. They'll look for DNA. They'll look for other potential victims, and he'll be prosecuted in those jurisdictions as well. And
many more charges could come. We, as you point out, are just thankful this one girl, Carlisha Freeland Gaither, is safe and home.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about another trending story. Ray Rice versus the NFL, the former Ravens star fighting suspension from the league. All of it stemming from surveillance video showing him hit his then fiancée in an elevator. So originally suspended for 2 games. And once the video was released, obviously now we know he's suspended indefinitely. And Joey, he's claiming double jeopardy, that he's being punished for the same offense twice. Is that even a possible strategy? I thought you could only save that for murder.
You know, it's interesting, Lynn, because he does have a claim. Now, the NFL is governed by a collective bargaining agreement, right? That's between the union and the NFL itself. And there's an article, Lynn, Article 46, and it says that the commissioner and the club cannot punish you for the same conduct or offense more than once. And so here, what do you have? You have the NFL after the June meeting with Roger Goodell. He says, you know what? Okay, I heard your story, Mr. Rice, and I'll suspend you for 2 games. And then, of course, you have the revelation of the video, Lynn, in September, and that video showing the actual hitting of his then fiancée, now wife, Janae, in the elevator. And the commissioner says, wait, I didn't know about that, and therefore I'm going to suspend you indefinitely. And the Ravens, Lynn, said, we're going to cut you and terminate your $35 million contract. And so here the arbitrator, Barbara Jones, a former federal judge, has to determine whether this indeed does constitute double jeopardy. Were you not, Mr. Rice, initially suspended for those 2 games? And was that not the suspension that was meted out? The NFL says, yeah, well, we did that, but we really didn't know about the elevator incident, or we really didn't know how it happened and that he hit her like that. Well, what else do you think happened, Mr. Goodell, in that elevator? And so the conduct certainly is deplorable, but anybody who is punished has a right to know what they're being punished for. And in this instance, he was punished and punished again, so it's a legitimate argument. We'll see what the arbitrator, Judge Jones, has to say about it in terms of releasing her decision.
Whether or not he agrees and whether or not we will see Ray Rice back on the field. Joey Jackson, always great to have you.
Big questions. Always a pleasure, Lynn. Thank you so much.